making money is important to all of us. And I'm going to tell you a story about this money very soon. I was very excited to find this money. So, today we're going to be talking about money and consciousness and just playing around, probably for the first time in the Facebook Lives, with talking about money. Although we did talk about it a few days ago when we talked about the abundant, generous present moment. So, I'm Michelle Taylor, and I've been helping so many people over the years connect to a thriving life. And connecting to a thriving life now means for me engaging in conversations that I love with people that I love, doing business with what I love, and helping other people do the same. So today we're talking about money and consciousness. If you don't make money in your business, you're just creating a lot of busyness. So I'm wondering, have you ever considered, and I know a lot of people who have studied law of attraction and law of emergence know that there is a connection between how you feel, how you think, the place where you come from, meaning who you are being in the moment, connecting that to making money and receiving money. And let me start with a story that, excuse me, of my morning. So I'm part of a wonderful mentorship group called Blue Sky Mentorship, and we're currently doing a Facebook Live challenge because, as you probably know, this is day, I think, 9 for me today. And I was watching one of my friends, Nicholas Wright's Facebook Live, and we have a bit of a similar vibe about us. We're talking about money and connect and consciousness, really. And he introduced me to an idea, and actually a statement that says that light, and I'm reading it down here, the light of prosperity is always on. And this indicates the space that we can connect to in any moment that is us and is all around us. Some people call it 0 point energy, some people call it source, some people call it the matrix, some people call it God, whatever you might call it. And I've been recently calling it the great unseen. Gosh, I really probably need a list. Everybody relates to it in a different way. And I suppose what I'm talking about is what I spoke about recently when I spoke about the abundant, generous present moment, which is how you connect to the great unseen, or to this light that is always on, always with us, and always around us, always in everybody and everything that we see. Connecting to this energy that is present all the time. And it begs the question, if we are present to this energy all the time, this spaciousness, this generosity of energy through all things come, does this bring money? Can we connect this energy with money? I think so. Actually, in moments when I do connect with the great unseen, that I know so, and I can feel it really deep inside me. And this morning, as I was connecting to Nicholas's exercise, where he uses his finger as a pointer to point to different parts of our identity, and I'm hoping I'm getting this right, Nicholas. I'm sure he'll tell me in the comments if I get it wrong. Is that the first level is connecting to our body, is to our sensations, is where we notice and where we live our life, just noticing what's happening here. And it's interesting, but a lot of people don't really connect at this body level, in my experience. They connect at what he calls the second level, and his finger points the way as he moves and indicates moving to a different space, which is noticing the thought or the emotion. And if you can sit back and even notice that now, it might be just noticing any thoughts that arise in your mind. And when I've talked about this in the past, this is the realm where stories of yourself arise. This is where we spend a lot of our time thinking, comparing, uh, practicing, rehearsing. It's where we conceptualize things, and it's a great realm. And there's nothing wrong with being in this realm or this thinking, but it's about, and I think the consideration is this how we identify ourselves in this level as this story of ourselves, or even the story of how the world is? And in my experience, this is where we mostly dwell. And this is where those stories, those money stories, the stories about ourselves, the stories about can you actually, can you do it? Are you worth it? Are you good enough? These these stories inhabit this realm and this level of consciousness. Then he shifts his finger to pointing the way to another realm of consciousness or form of identity, which is the all that is. It is the matrix. It's where, energy underlies everything. It's where we're present. And in this space, when I was talking about it the other day, is the generous, abundant present moment, is where the light of prosperity always shines. And this is actually underneath everything. So really it's present all the time. And you can connect to it any time. And I certainly loved playing around with that this morning when I listened to his Facebook Live and shifting from one to another, the presence, and really noticing what's happening in my body, noticing that my hips are a little bit tight. And then just noticing the thoughts are coming in my mind, thinking, oh my gosh, is anybody going to watch my Facebook Lives? So I'm just noticing that thought. And then I noticed another feeling underneath, and because I have been connected to it this morning, and the feeling space that everything's all right and everything is perfect just the way it is. Even the noise that you might hear in the background, which is my renovations that are going on. That everything is perfect just the way it is. And even if you are starting out in business, even if you are struggling, and if you're having this stop-start thing happening, you're having trouble committing to yourself, you're having trouble thinking about how can I pay the bills and make money being me, which is that second level. And so when I do coaching and working with people, it's connecting them to the top space or the top level that Nicholas alludes to. And I'm going to talk about it as something, actually, I won't talk about that, but it's just something that is underlying all of us. And because I think I've been connecting to this morning, perhaps this is why when my daughter was looking for bus money in one of my old purses, I said, go into one of my old bags. I have a bit of a bag thing. I love really beautiful leather bags, and I've got a number of them, and I rotate them. So she was looking for coins, and she goes, oh, Mum, I can't use 50s. I said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm sure there's some coins in those other ones. And she said, well, there's only $50 notes in here. And I go, what? Now, I don't know if you can connect these two together, but I think what I notice is when I'm in that space a lot, that things do just happen when I'm not attached to results, because attaching to results is coming from that second level of thoughts and my limited way of looking at the world, my limited way of thinking how things should turn out, rather than being in the space that everything's perfect, I'm whole, and everything, even though I do get connected at times to the stories, and I certainly have been in the last couple of days, that I can get back to that space, and it's always present for me if I just relax and let go and just notice. And sure, with practice and over time, you actually create the neural networks in your brain that allow you to get there quicker and easier. And the more that you do this, and he does this, shifting from, it gives you the freedom and the fluidity to move from these identities that you are normally connected with. And I believe the new paradigm in business is actually connecting to the all that is, connecting from that space of non-competition, from that space of love, from that space of cooperation and collaboration. When we can just connect at a different level with life and connect at a different level with people. This is a quote from Derek Rydell, and he's got a book called, I think it's True Prosperity. But anyway, he has a quote that I have here, and it's right next to my desk. And it says, you don't need to get more money. You simply need to access what you already have. Hello. So I'm wondering if you would be willing to embrace these ideas and willing to embrace life not working out exactly as you plan it to be, but just be open to the light of prosperity being always on for you and for everybody else, so you can create more money. And money means different things to different people. For me, it feels fun and light and something that's tangible, that I can truly see the connection between my thinking and what comes to me. You know, those synchronicities that happen in your life. And to me, that is truly heaven on earth, is when I feel like I am in conversation with the universe, which is just me, which everybody is just me. When you look at this realm, when you connect in this realm. So when you connect in this realm, I am really you talking to you. And when I'm in this realm, I'm trusting that it doesn't matter the amount of people that listen to my Facebook Lives. It's actually trusting that the me, that is you, and you will actually watch this when you need to watch it, right to the end. So I think that's a really nice place to finish this Facebook Live. And maybe leaving with another quote by Derek Rydell, which is, your wealth is not something you need to go out and get, but something you need to tune into and let out. Whatever is missing is what you are not generating. And perhaps that is you're not bringing enough of you to life, or you're not generating that feeling that everything is okay because you're still operating your business and your life at a survival mode. So please share this with anyone that you think would love to hear the message. And thank you for finishing this live. And me, which is really you, will come to you tomorrow. Until then, this is Michelle Taylor signing off. Mwah.